Two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot. Ah!
You had accountability. Now, what I can...
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where, give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a fool raid.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust a human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, welcome. Sorry about that. We had a little delay with the video, but it looks like it's all caught up now. For you on the live stream, it should be catching up here just in a minute. So appreciate it, man. What's going on, Mr. Jennings?
Nothing. What's going on with you? And so this is it right here. This is proof the live stream is working.
It is proof that the live stream is working, at least for the minute.
Okay.
And as you can tell, it's probably about 5-10 seconds behind. So when we
toes.
try to figure out, well, I'm gonna wait on that. Let's bring that up later in the show. What we're gonna try to do next week.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But man, what's been going on with you this week? Week 2 of the foolish pandemonium associated with the coronavirus.
The pandemonium. Listen, I just been hunkered down like the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, you and I were talking a little bit earlier. Like, it's been interesting to see the different takes that the different employers have taken.
Right.
Like, you and I guess, are in completely different situations. My company pretty much said 2 weeks ago, hey, by the end of this week, everybody's working from home. And maybe not everybody, but probably 60% of our workforce is.
Listen, it was business as usual for me.
So you work for one of those companies that DeWine is saying better get in line, basically in his press conference today. Then
listen, I guess I don't know. I didn't see the press conference, but I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine that to be the case.
Well, it sounded like your company hasn't necessarily done anything to stem things on their end. So.
Hand sanitizer.
Oh, they're putting hand sanitizer in front of the... Or maybe they're part of the reason why nobody else can get any fucking hand sanitizer.
Maybe.
Do you guys have toilet paper? Maybe that's where we should go next.
Listen, I ain't been there to know. I haven't been there to know. But
hey, man, I support you on that.
I doubt it.
I support you on that.
I doubt they got toilet paper.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, obviously, shit. Dude, have you been inside a Kroger or Giant Eagle or anything recently?
Listen, I went into Giant Eagle today, and I didn't see what all the fuss was about, to be honest.
Really?
Like, I was like, this shit looks stock to me. Everything looks stock. Now, granted, I didn't go down the aisles and all that, where the liquor store part of Giant Eagle is.
I'll give you that. I mean, if I walk directly from the front of the door to the liquor store to the beer aisle, it doesn't look so bad.
Right.
But they put all those paper products in the back.
I bet. I bet. I mean, shit. Yeah. I didn't have any issues.
None?
No.
That's crazy.
I was
man.
in and out like a robbery.
I went to I went to Kroger tonight to do the same thing you did. I went and got a little liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Got our which slowly becoming a sponsor of ours for that beer.
Brew Dizzles.
Brew Dizzles. We won't go the full name until they start, unless they give us money. But that being said, dude, like all the dry goods gone. I also went to one of the more ghetto Krogers down there on Parsons.
That's what I would figure would be the most stocked.
Right, that was kind of what I thought. And man. But I will tell you, the line
That's
out
probably-
the liquor store was a long line. Like they were only letting 5-6 people in at a time. I
And
think
were
they said
probably
5
stocking
people.
that as people were buying. Like, oh yeah, gone.
We're not running out of that.
But yeah, no, we don't. Well, let me stop. That's why. But most of us don't have enough money to buy in bulk, so.
I hear you.
I hear
you.
the Save-A-Lots, the Aldis.
Well,
I can't really say Aldi so much, but those spots, they usually have enough.
Right.
You're not gonna go in there like, well, grab the sardines off the shelf because that's all we have left. Like, there's still gonna be.
Well, I mean, that is
shit to
actually
buy.
all that was left at the Save-A-Lot. So the Save-A-Lot down the street
Really?
from us. Well, apparently they were shutting down anyways. They were shutting
okay.
down before the coronavirus, and then coronavirus just accelerated things.
Don't give me. Don't give me the lying to you either, because I've only been in a couple stores since the jump off. So
Yeah.
I could be speaking from a bias. But yeah, no.
I mean, when I first went to Kroger like a week ago, it wasn't bad. Like, you could still get stuff other than toilet paper. I don't understand the whole toilet paper thing,
The white
man.
folks is coming to the hood. They like, let me go get their toilet paper too.
Right.
They ain't bought all of it. I know it. I'm going to get that Charmin because we know they still on one ply.
Right. But that's the thing. Like, what's the thing? And I know this has probably been talked to death, but like, I don't get the whole toilet paper thing. I just don't. I don't get like why you. Other than what I read up on was it has nothing to do with the supply chain. Most toilet paper that we consume is made in the U.S., which is weird because the U.S. doesn't make shit anymore.
Right.
It's a psychological thing. It's like it's a small dollar value purchase that somebody can make that makes them feel like they're doing something.
Let me be 100 with everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen, and this may be me sharing too much, but in the event shit actually, and I'm not saying it hasn't already, but shit hits the fan, the last thing I give a fuck about is toilet paper. If I have running water, I'll use my hand.
You get a little. Well, I also heard
rinse that motherfucker off.
I also heard that in terms of white folks, the bidet is in style right now.
Oh, I bet.
I mean,
but don't you still need toilet paper?
You just wash it off. You spray it off,
and then
you have to put your drawers back on wet. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Fucking white people.
You said it, not me, sir. But fools do agree. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Hey.
I mean, you got to do what you got. I mean, I got to call it like I see it.
Update.
What's the update?
Coronavirus porn. We have oral now. They're like, fuck it. Long enough.
Do they lift up the mask? Do they keep the mask halfway on, or do they take it all the way off?
Let's Hail Mary time. Let's just see what happens. That's where we're at this day 7.
I mean, I've got to say that I haven't gone that far yet. I haven't gone that far down the rabbit hole yet to look up Corona porn. I'm sorry. I'm sticking to my usuals.
We have oral. I've seen updates. I've been updated. I said, hey.
Well, I'm glad that you provided the update there. Was there something else you were going to provide? Oh, it was. Oh,
what?
I don't know. Maybe you're thinking about something else. Go.
Yeah, something completely. The crying comedians was Samuel Adams, not Dos Equis. Dos Equis, keep doing what you're doing. Sam Adams, shame on you. Tears of a Clown. They're making money off of Tears of a Clown.
I don't even remember this conversation.
You don't remember that?
Was that
you might not have that
was that the Bison night?
I don't remember, to be honest. I couldn't tell you.
Speaking of which,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this right here. Our unofficial sponsor, Melissa, you left your hat. It's mine now. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
It's
okay.
it'll be in the wide shot.
We'll keep it up there for you.
Right?
I like
Let
how
me
you
get the
had
beer
it
out
set
of the
up
way.
first, though.
Well, are you gonna fix it, or you want me? What did I do?
My OCD
is it bothering you?
Yes, that's better. Bang.
Except it won't stay like
That's 'cause it was open more. Bang.
Is that better?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Professional
All right.
hat placer, Michael.
Hey, man. I'm open to new opportunities right now.
Listen,
so if that's up there,
a lot of us are at this point. If Trump don't come through this $1,000,
I've heard anywhere from $750 to $1,200. So we'll see what happens.
Listen, we'll see. We'll see. Is right.
Because I don't trust any of them.
Ask Puerto Rico. Ask Puerto Rico about Trump.
Right.
And that was before the hurricane. What you over there flicking with, man?
I was trying to get like a wide shot, but the wide shot was all it didn't connect through.
Okay,
so
I'm sorry.
I lost the camera.
If I put you on blast. What's that right there? What's that I'm looking at?
Well, that was the wide shot that wasn't coming through.
Now, that was something completely different, though, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
No, it was that camera. But it was like a time delay. Like, it's still picking up from earlier today when I was testing things.
Okay. Okay. I was about to say, you're not even wearing the same shorts. You can't put one past the detective. I'm a detective. You hear what I'm saying?
And now your camera's cutting out. This shit's all pissing me off. I don't know what's going on. See, here's the problem. Is that I updated the studio, right? Mm-hmm. And we do have some fun things, I think, planned.
Did a great job on
that. But for whatever reason, the cameras, even though they're hooked into the exact same ports, I must have changed like an extension cord or something, and it's fucking things up. So, Cliff, if you can keep it running here for just a second while I mess around with this.
Go ahead and tinker. Tinkler. You're a tinkler over there. Okay, so where were we last off at?
Never mind, we're back. I'm not gonna change camera angles. That's gonna be what happens. Sorry, Cliff. This is a static shot today until I have time to fuck around with this and figure out what the hell I did.
I thought I was gonna have my 15 minutes. But
if you want 15, go for it. I'll keep messing with the wide shot.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
We were still in Corona land.
Were we really?
I mean, honestly, it's where we're at right now. Right?
You're right.
It's kind of what's going on.
You are right about that. I mean,
and for once, I got to say something. For once, I'm joining you in being just a little warm up here. Today? I'm gonna go open the window down on the landing, so you can have your 10 minutes.
I'll do that. I'll take that time. Because I have some questions now for you. Probably didn't change anything. We'll get there when you get back. But, Corona. We now have oral. Shit's going crazy. I don't know what's more dangerous at this point, the virus or the people. If I'm being completely honest, because motherfuckers
it's the people.
They're losing their goddamn minds. But that's to say we had it in the first place. I don't know that y'all ever had them to begin with. So are we? Is toilet paper going to be the new currency in the future after the apocalypse?
Well, I always thought with games like Fallout that it was going to be bottle caps, but I guess it's toilet paper.
See, I never played
See, my nerdy friends will get that.
But, nerdy or not, I would be a very rich man. Bottle caps? I'm jangling. I'm shaking them up. I bet it's 20.
They go by caps. Usually Nuka-Cola caps is what they're.
Nuka-Cola, okay.
That's the beverage of choice in the Fallout universe.
Okay. All right then. Oh, meant to ask you.
What were you asking?
If I was wrong. I don't know if you was wrong. Rise of Luke Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Didn't you say that already came out?
It's on video on demand.
So what's the new movie that they're showing previews for?
What do you mean? Rise of Skywalker just came out on video on demand. So it just came out on VOD. So they're probably doing trailers for the VOD release or for the Blu-ray release. Like it released on Blu-ray, I think, this week, but VOD like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Actually, that's an interesting point. So have you seen that there are a couple of these new releases in theaters that they're pushing to streaming right now for video on demand for like $20 a clip?
I mean, that's smart, to be honest.
I completely agree.
Is it your...
But you're not seeing like some
permanent copy once you buy it, or is it just that?
I think it's a 48-hour rental. It's like buying a movie ticket.
I mean, that's smart though.
It's still cheaper. Like if you're a family,
right?
It's still cheaper than going to the movies.
I mean,
but you still got to be making money. They still got to. I mean, that's a good way to recoup their losses because otherwise they basically have to defer any kind of earnings because that means. Like
That's
Fast
crazy.
and the Furious 9 and Black Widow, like they both, I think, push to next year. But Onward and The Hunt and what was the other one?
They gotta save face at that point.
Right.
But I mean,
but most of those are ones that had just come out, and so they're just trying to protect their.
Right. That's
but
smart.
The stuff that
smart.
hasn't come out yet, it'll be interesting to see kind of what goes down that path. Versus what just delays.
It's just crazy to me. Like eventually, it's gonna be that VR world, like where we just have VR glasses. We don't go.
We're heading to the Oasis.
We're gonna be doing this from laying down in the comfort of our own home.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
We'll be sitting next to each other virtually. We're gonna be fucking like Barbarella before long, like touching fingertips with glasses on. Like, listen.
What other? There was another movie that did that. You remember? What was it? Demolition Man. Where they put on like the sensors on their face with
Wesley
Stallone. Yep.
Did they?
Yeah.
They fucked like that in
Yeah, they basically put on like a virtual reality headset and it like flashes images and shit and Stallone like throws it.
I think I do remember that.
He's like, the fuck was that?
I think I do remember that.
This is how we engage in intimacy.
We're gonna be there before long. And then we're going to be the creeps like, no, I don't want to.
Right.
I like it raw.
What they talked about in Demolition Man, they call it fluid transfer. That's how they refer to old, like normal sex. They go, you're asking me to engage in fluid transfer? Ew.
Yeah. We about to be transferring fluids. There's oral, mind you.
But that's still transferring fluids. If you do it right.
All of that. We about to be transferring fluids. Fluids will be transferred.
Oh man.
That's
Well, we got at least one person in the chat, or
they chatting
not
about?
in the chat. We got at least one live viewer. I did repost everything kind of right after we went live. We'll see if anybody joins us.
I don't know if I reposted tonight.
I don't think you did, but it's
I don't know
okay.
if I still like the foolproof page, to be honest.
Well, this is why, Cliff, I get to make the decisions with the show because it's only my people that are aware of it.
No, I mean, listen. No, we got people that listen from my end.
I believe you.
That's a fact, Jack. I hear about it every.
Well, I mean that makes sense. I mean we get on average about 30 views a week now. Probably 5 or 6 of those.
People,
five.
So.
You motherfucker.
So 25.
That was so it's funny that you bring that up.
Clearly,
because my wife has been like, this quarantine thing is just your favorite, isn't it? It's like now you have an excuse to just stay in. I'm like, shit. Yes, I do. Yes,
bear.
I do.
I'm a bear. I won't. You have to make me leave the house.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you this.
Before you even tell us, the only reason why I'm here is because this used to be my home with you.
Right.
If I wasn't comfortable, get the fuck.
We'd be.
You think I'm leaving the house? For what? Everything I need is here.
Well, I'm glad that you're here.
And go on, sir.
No, the other thing I was going to say is Char was giving me grief because this is the most I've dressed up all week. It was for the show.
This is the most I've dressed up all week. You see my hair looking all crazy? Look at me. I'm trying to get like that childish Gambino meme where it shows him in the what show is he on?
Is that not Atlanta?
God damn it. No, not Atlanta. That was the black response. Cheers to that. Yeah.
Almost went the wrong cup.
Real
Sorry.
glass. Yeah, real glass.
Not that I got the wide shot tonight. Fuck.
The college show.
Community?
Community. And I used to love that too. You ever seen it? The one where he's all smiling funny, and then the one where it's the This Is America video where he's standing with the...
I've seen it. I wasn't pulling it.
I'm growing my hair out so I can be Donald Glover.
So that could be you.
Listen, don't let me get my K.
I mean, I miss the
This
the
is
dread
America.
Look. I miss the dread look. I remember you with the dreads.
I miss my dreads. I do miss them.
That's a long way away from ever being able to go back there. Huh?
Nah,
would you ever go back? Did you ever go back to
if
dreads?
my hair turns all gray?
Oh, like Ezekiel in The Walking Dead.
Somewhat. You know what?
I can see that. I'd be down.
Somewhat.
I like that.
Yeah, my hair. Yeah, I'm not no conventional. I'm not a conventional person. So
no.
I damn sure don't plan on being a conventional old man.
I think if last week taught us anything, I think that's absolutely right.
Right.
For those of you, if you haven't checked it out, go check out Get to Know a Fool with me interviewing my man Cliff over here. And if you really want an adventure, you can go back, 3 weeks ago, and you can go back to when he interviewed me. Mm-hmm. So, good times.
Yeah. They're not over.
Oh, no.
They're not over. Oh, there will be questions.
Will there? Well, I mean, shit. If we're in quarantine and we have no fucking news outside of coronavirus for 3 months, then we're gonna either have to find other people that trust us enough to come over, or we're gonna have to do something.
So let me ask you this: with all of this situation, never mind. I don't want to ask it.
No.
I just thought about it. I don't want to ask it, and nor should I.
You changing your mind?
It's not anything for content. It's just for the sake of privacy.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
I feel like by you answering the question I was going to ask might be divulging too much information.
Okay. I hear you.
And not like
so let's take that one. We take that one after the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it is a question that I would ask on TV. It just doesn't make sense to quite do that.
It's just not. It's not good radio.
Or maybe it would. I wouldn't even say that. I would say if you answered in an incorrect manner, it could show chinks in the armor.
Okay.
To say.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you.
But aside from that, I'm sick of hearing about the corona. What else is going on? Have there been any? I say that, and then I ask you a question. Have there been any NFL players with the corona?
I don't think that they've identified anybody from the NFL with the corona. What I would say is they were also in the off season when corona really hit the U.S. So even if one had gotten it, it's not like they're practicing or working out together or anything. The NBA, the NHL, MLB, like all of those people were either in practice or in.
At least one person in that arena with corona.
Right, exactly. And so, and it wasn't. Who were the NBA folks that came down with it?
Rudy Gobert's ignorant ass. Donovan Mitchell.
Right, where he went and touched all the microphones. Yeah.
Right. Damn, I was keeping track of them.
Was that Dallas?
No, that's Utah.
Utah. And so...
There's more,
but I think there were... Yeah, exactly. I think teams that had recently played Utah were also, like, in the spikes.
Well, I don't think they haven't named any Oklahoma City, because that's when the quarantine happened.
Oh, was when they were playing Oklahoma City?
I don't know. I think I might have seen something about Steven Adams.
Gotcha.
The Oklahoma City center may have. Doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it matters. God bless you, but it doesn't really matter. I just asked because I mean, it was still close. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think
it wasn't that close. I guess the NFL had been shut down for a while before it.
Yeah, Super Bowl was like the first week of February.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
First or second week of February. So I think that's why, even if one has come down with it, like there's not a league concern.
Right.
The NHL and NBA and Major League Baseball, they all would have kind of league concerns because they've been in practice or scrimmages or games or in season, etc.
And let's be honest, we can miss the NFL. We can't lose the NBA.
See, I'd go the exact opposite way with that.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely not. If I wanted to watch cheerleaders all day, I'd tune into World Star Hip Hop.
Speaking of the NFL, though,
has been some
the reign is over. The reign is over. The Bills are officially the best team in the NFC or AFC East.
Wait.
What do you mean, wait?
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Bills are the best team in the AFC East right now.
Speaking from last season.
Right. The Bills are the best team in the AFC East.
Not right now. Not right now because this season hasn't started.
Okay.
So last season you weren't the best?
Yes, we are.
No, you can't speak presently for something that hasn't taken place yet.
What do you mean?
You found a way to fuck it up last year, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I bet.
Now, when Brady decides to come to Buffalo, best team in the AFC.
He's not coming to Buffalo. Why
No,
wouldn't he? Well, no, he's a LA boy. He's a West Sider.
He's talking about Indianapolis right now. Was the last thing I saw.
I thought it was
because he could go play in a dome somewhere.
I thought it was Tampa Bay.
Oh, maybe you've seen something more recent. This was at the beginning of the week. I saw Indianapolis was the big thing.
I thought he signed with Tampa Bay.
Did he actually sign? I knew he was talking to people.
I don't know.
Now you're going to make me look it up on air,
please.
Which is not great radio.
But while you look it up, I will say the Raiders got...
The Raiders are trash.
Just like the Bills.
No, see, the Bills made the playoffs last year. What'd the Raiders do?
They paid somebody off. Because New York ain't had a good team since... I wouldn't even say Eli. Because I guess that was a good team.
He hasn't signed with anybody
He hasn't
yet.
signed?
He is talking to Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And then basically, Chris Godwin said that he'd be willing to give up his number 12 to Brady if he wanted it.
Who's that? Who's Chris Godwin?
He's a wide receiver for Tampa Bay.
Oh. Well, of course you got to give up your 12.
Because we don't know who the fuck you are, but we know who Tom Brady is.
Right. You want him as comfortable as possible. Listen, whatever gets you the ball in my hand, Tom, take 12.
There you go.
The fuck? But the Raiders got Marcus Mariota.
And? Who the fuck cares?
Way better.
Mariota's trash.
I'll take him over Carr any day.
Trash.
Any day of the week. And you know what? I knew that
Mariota's
he was trash.
trash.
I knew that he was trash. Stating the comment. Would love to see him over Derek Carr.
Well, okay.
If we don't leave Derek Carr on the fucking curb.
They're both trash.
Listen, this is how you know Derek Carr is trash. Mariota has been plagued by injuries.
Yeah.
He's undersized. He scrambles. He can't scramble.
He does scramble. I mean, that was his whole thing.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that he doesn't have the ability to.
Right.
He's quick. He's shifty. He's all that. Can't take a hit.
True.
Doesn't know how to get down and slide.
You're not wrong.
Didn't he take an injury from not sliding right?
Dude, I didn't even realize Mariota was still in the NFL.
He was still the starting quarterback. Listen,
was he?
He's better. He's better than Carr in my opinion. I'm taking him over Carr in my opinion. I would take Terrell Pryor when he was with the Raiders over Carr.
But Terrell was with the Raiders as a wide receiver, wasn't he?
No, he played quarterback.
Did he?
Then after he left the Raiders, that's when
he started going to receiver tight end.
Mm-hmm. He didn't look bad. I mean, he looked like Terrell Pryor, which isn't a quarterback.
Right.
But
Terrell Pryor wasn't a quarterback when he was at.
But he looked a lot better than a Carr.
Or in Ohio, or
in
the
my
Buckeyes.
Opinion, I just can't stand.
I know you
Derek
can't.
Carr.
You can't stand Derek
He's
Carr.
awful.
I get it. I mean, yeah. The Raiders are trash. They get what they deserve. So
listen, we're gonna see. I can't wait for New England to spank you without Brady this year.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Wait to see.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, you think that?
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, we're gonna.
Josh Allen taking us to the promised land.
Now I don't know whether to look at the TV or the. We're gonna keep track, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna bring it up. Every
At least if you look at the TV, I feel like we almost just have to move your camera over so it's in front of you to watch, so that you look at the TV through the camera.
Yeah, I don't know, but all I know is I'm gonna keep track, just like I'm sorry, am I not?
Yeah, you're a little far away from it.
Let me get comfortable. Just like I'm gonna keep track of the Astros getting hit. I'm gonna keep track.
Well, at this point, are we gonna have a Major League Baseball season?
No, but I'm still gonna keep track. Makes it easier on me. I'll keep track of all of Buffalo's downfalls and plagues that have happened to them.
Well, the good news
and
is this
celebrate them.
This show,
like the death of Caesar.
Et tu, Brute?
All that.
Oh, shit. That'll be something interesting that we'll have to figure out, because as far as I know, as long as high school football isn't canceled this year, we're going to have to figure out when we're going to do the show. We'll have to have talks about that. Because really, I put this together as a Friday night thing specifically to replace football.
Right.
But we could figure something out. We could either do a Thursday night or a Saturday night. It'd be all right.
It'll have to be Saturday night.
That's fine. We can work that out.
It would have to be something like that, because Thursday night, I'm not about to. I was paying attention this time. I'm not about to come and kick it and drink and.
But I thought that's what we're gonna do for this new venture that we want to try.
Well, we're gonna
Wednesday
do that.
night. Wednesday or Thursday night.
There's no telling I'm gonna be back at work by then.
That's true. Well, that was actually the intent. Is this new kind of midweek show was meant specifically during the corona outbreak, and depending how it goes, if we want to keep doing it, great. Otherwise, I don't know. We'd have to see. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm lying. Let me.
Are you lying?
I'm lying.
You know what else I figured out? And I've thought about it, especially listening to the audio version of this. Uh-huh. There are times when I jump in after a long pause that I feel like the pause was so long in person. And then when I hear it on the audio version, I realize like there really wasn't a pause. It was like a normal break in conversation. Have you noticed that?
No, I haven't.
These are the little things that I notice, is that I have a tendency, and I do this at work too, in meetings and that kind of thing. When I feel like the pause has gone on too long, I feel like I need to insert something either to wrap up the conversation.
That's 'cause you're not confrontational.
Oh, I think it definitely can make me confrontational at points.
You think it's opposite?
Oh, because I've definitely hit points where the conversation will die, and I'll be like, well, honestly, this is how I do it, and if you don't want to do it that way, then you're going to need to figure it out, and I just walk off into the sunset.
You're one of those. And I'm one of those that runs right around and gets back in your face and says, well, before I leave to go do it this way, let me just
one more thing.
Your idea is shit, but I'm going to do it. And tell me what people say after I do it the way
after the fact.
Right. Tell me the response you get from this asinine idea.
I think that's been an interesting thing for me this week, kind of working from home, is trying to figure out what the right balance is in terms of communication, not only with my boss, but more so like my associates, like the folks that report to me.
Right.
Like, literally, I trust them to do their job, but I also am genuinely, like, concerned for their well-being and how things are going. And so I have, like, 2 meetings. I'm putting 2 meetings a week on the calendar, literally just to say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, and I don't think that that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong at all. I think if that was the case where I was at, I would be more willing to work with you a bit. No, I'm lying, because I don't care about your compassion. It's
Well,
about my well-being.
your supervisor can be a good person and a good, compassionate person, but that doesn't mean that the company gives two shits about you.
You're right. You're 100% correct.
And so that's always my mindset is, even if I, like, because the company that I work through has been through layoffs recently, and my whole point of view was, you know, one, I wasn't consulted on any of it. So if my people get laid off, I need them to know that I had no part in the conversation.
Well, they should.
And then two,
intelligently, they should know that.
Right. And then two, like, and I want them to know that no matter what happens, I care about them and I will help them kind of find what the right next thing is for them. And that was my thing. That's always been my position as a leader in a corporate culture.
Mm-hmm.
My job as someone's supervisor or someone's boss is to prepare them to take my job when I move up. And if I can't do that,
right,
or give them access to a new or different career path, then I shouldn't be a leader.
Right.
And so that's kind of how I view that kind of stuff. But I don't know how we got on that tangent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you almost took me somewhere. I almost had like a Vietnam flashback, and I almost went in on some shit. But I'll rein that back in.
Why? Unless it has to do with your current. Is it current stuff? Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Well, then I'll leave it alone because I don't want to get you into the hot water one way or the other.
Listen, who knows that we'll make it out of this situation that we're in right now? Let's be honest. But I guess I shouldn't fan the fire.
At the end of the day, I just don't think it's beneficial to anyone.
Right.
I actually think I've seen a lot of stuff recently just with this whole thing around just things that make me think. Like, there was because I think this gets into just like our current culture and our current state and that kind of thing. I did have an inadvertent thought this week.
Oh, we didn't even touch on that. Huh?
And so this was a quote I read. And this right here was everything that I needed to tell me what the fuck is wrong with, like, capitalism. Ventilators are expensive, which makes hospitals reluctant to buy them in bulk if they think demand will taper off. Now, you've heard that, like, with the coronavirus and in the most at-risk patients, right?
The old folks.
That the best treatment is really to put them on a ventilator.
Right.
Because what it does is it's
breathes for
respiratory stuff, right? That right there, that sentence right there. Ventilators are expensive, which makes hospitals reluctant to buy them in bulk if demand will taper off. You know what makes demand taper off? This was just a quote from a news article.
But they didn't say who it was that made the quote?
No, I honestly think it was just the journalist. But they're not wrong in terms of they're just reporting on the situation. How could the
journalists be so bold to make that assumption?
Because hospitals aren't buying them in bulk. That's the whole point. Is that we only have and this was actually related to New York City, and it basically said New York City has 7,000 ventilators. Mm-hmm. They need 37,000. Like, they have 7,000. They need 37,000.
Oh, the articles that I don't think it stated it in that article that I recently sent you that you didn't read, sir. First of all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something. Do I look like the kind of guy that sends articles?
This is true. I was shocked. That's actually why I didn't read it. I needed to save it for...
If I'm sending a fucking article, it's important. All right?
You're not wrong. That's my fault.
But what I will say is in the article, I don't think it, like I said,
the problem was the timing of when you sent it to me, because it was when I was getting off work and I needed to go save Shar from our son. Because she's been with him all week.
Okay, I get that. But they were saying that another reason why it's so much more important here, even with the limited death toll, is because Italy has, for every 1,000 citizens, they have 3.2 critical condition beds.
And that's comes with
why
a
all the
ventilator.
People are dying because they don't have now America, 2.7.
So one less per 1,000. Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why though?
The exact sentence that I just read. Hospitals don't buy them because they don't
everybody
need
wouldn't
them
need a
at that
ventilator.
level.
This is just critical condition beds.
Okay, so I'm thinking ventilators. You're just saying
So out
critical
of
condition
our
beds.
vastly growing country, you decide we don't need any more. We don't need any more critical condition.
Well, that again. It
care
goes back to the
around
capitalism
here.
side. It's because there's not, generally speaking, 99% of the time they don't need that many.
Right.
And so when we get hit with the pandemic, they're slow to do anything about it, or they're slow to buy, or honestly, there may not be enough supply to correct that issue.
Oh, there's definitely enough supply. The issue is that there's not enough room. I could build another hospital that could support thousands of critical condition patients, but why would I do that when I could build a hotel or I could build a venue for fucking...
Well, that's actually, it's interesting that you bring that up because I do think that there's been talk around hotels and those kind of things. Like, actually, the one that I saw that was weird was like the cruise ships, right? Because nobody's fucking going on cruises right now. They've talked about turning cruise ships into floating hospitals to basically give that kind of critical care. But I think the other side of this
They're the
is,
main ones. They're the main petri dishes. They've been making people sick for all these years.
But are there even enough healthcare workers to be able to like expand that?
Well, I don't know. That goes back to the articles that I read that they've been pulling people out of the school. Like if you're in medical school and you're 2 years
promoting
within,
people early,
right? 2 years within graduation. Oh, we need you.
You're being drafted,
or calling people that just retired recently. We need you back. If you're,
yeah, I believe that.
I mean, but what can you? This is another reason why. Don't get me wrong. As far as the people that are suffering from the virus or whatever you've caught in the situation or not being able to receive care, my heart goes out to you. I cry tears for you. But I have no sympathy for us as a country because we just talked about it last week, the pandemic of 1918.
Right, the Spanish flu and
you
all
had
that.
to treat people outside in the grass on military beds because you didn't have enough then. Clearly you didn't learn. Or you said like your respirators are expensive.
Right. Right.
So at this point, it to me, and it really seems like it's hard for me to speak without saying how I really feel. But when you live in a country like that doesn't care about their own citizens to make $1, it's time for a change, regardless of a virus.
I completely agree with you.
Time for a stand up. It's time for something.
I think what's interesting at this point is all of the things that they've kind of thrown around, like the term socialism, is all the shit that's happening right now anyways. You're starting to ration things. You're starting to quarantine. You're starting to shut things down. Like, these are the things that they said was the threat of socialism. Guess what? It happens in capitalist societies too. And so, at least if we were in something like what Bernie's been talking about, democratic socialism, right, it would be all about how do you protect the people in instances like this. Right. And I don't want to, I don't want to trash our state government because I think DeWine has actually done a good job. Not a dude I would have voted for. Do not like 90% of his policies, but I do think he's done a good job with this crisis.
I mean, you know me, I'm not the best political
in terms of following that shit.
I don't,
but I will say, if you can, like, not necessarily to tune into them every day, but once or twice a week, like tune into his briefings because he does a good job of kind of like laying everything out there, and it's him, and it's usually like the health department.
First of all, let me explain to you. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
How much I don't know politics. DeWine, no idea that was our governor.
He's new. It's all right. He was just elected.
How long has he been in?
Since last November.
Okay.
So he's only been the governor for a little bit.
No idea.
Kasich had been our governor for a long time.
What's the Pence?
Pence is the vice president.
Just found out last week.
I know, we talked about it last week.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. Because you asked if it was the same as, damn, who passed away a couple years ago? McCain. John McCain. You asked me, you said McCain and Pence were the same person.
Oh, right.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Didn't know that was the vice president, though.
No? You didn't know Mike Pence was the vice president?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if I knew that when we had that conversation.
I thought that's how that conversation started, but I could be wrong.
My ignorant ass probably had that conversation and didn't know that was the vice president.
Fair enough.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
I mean, dead ass here. Like, I know it's like not trying to be funny.
No, I
I
hear you.
had no fucking clue that was the vice president.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
felt like shit when so you just don't know shit, then like, so you just let them pull a wool over your eyes, you won't know shit. You at least got to know your enemy, right?
But
not saying he's an enemy.
No, but but I also understand your original point on politics, which was the whole, if you're just changing the warden, then
if you're involved in it, you're an enemy to me.
I hear you.
That goes for Kamala Harris and whomever else. You're an enemy to me if you're in politics. Because I haven't known anything good to come from that since when? What's the last good political thing that they passed?
I mean, some people would say the Affordable Care Act, but not
What's
everybody.
that?
That was the legislation that Obama passed around.
Didn't make a difference to
that's
me.
That's Obamacare. It's basically, which you may actually not be a fan of because it requires you to have health insurance.
When Obama first rolled that out, definitely didn't have health insurance, definitely was facing the fine, definitely applied for Medicare. Medicare definitely denied me because of my previous gunshot injury.
Really?
Saying I'm too high risk, they can't afford to. So what the fuck?
Interesting.
So yeah, in that regard, I mean, I do feel like the white folks. Fuck you, Obama. Like, let's be 100. Fuck you, Obama. Like,
now, Mr. Jennings. This is your former president, Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Suck a COVIDIC 19.
Now, Mr. Jennings.
Bitch.
I do not think that is appropriate commentary coming from a black man to the only black president, but I respect your ability to choose. Mm-hmm. And I respect your right to free speech.
Mm-hmm.
But you, sir, are a fool. Dude, have you ever seen...
I'll agree to that. Even though it was so long drawn out.
That's the thing with the Barack speech, though, is that it has to be drawn out because that's the way he talked.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the way the Rock talks. In fact, that is one of my favorite SNL skits of all time is The Rock Obama.
They had
The Rock did a Barack Obama sketch.
SNL, kill yourself. That's the company. Drink the Kool-Aid. Kill yourself. Kill yourself, SNL.
That's actually something I haven't watched during the Corona. And I haven't watched it in a long time, but rumor has it that they are showing like WWE, Raw, SmackDown. They're doing WrestleMania all at like the Performance Center, which means with like no live audience. They're doing it at their training facility.
Well, I thought they were supposed to.
That's what I'm saying, though, but I've heard it's fucking weird to watch.
Oh, I bet.
Like, watching, quote-unquote, scripted or fake wrestling.
Quote-unquote. Don't quote-unquote that.
Scripted.
That's quoted. That's quoted or whichever means it's real. Quoted or unquoted, it's fake.
So, Cliff, quote-unquote, so going... quote-unquote
is saying
is the next word
right
was quoted. So scripted, fake, because I don't necessarily believe fake and scripted are two different things to me. because those guys are athletes. They do put their bodies on the line, but it is scripted. The finish, it's entertainment. So
This
fake is
lawyer
something
just
I don't
tried
like.
to explain, quote unquote, to me. To explain how, quote unquote, real wrestling may be.
It's real, Mr. Jennings. Barack Obama back again. Have you seen? Have you seen the Barack Plays Titanfall videos? They are fucking hilarious.
I haven't seen those. Is that the? I've seen the Call of Duty or whatever.
It's probably the exact same
okay.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that I might like to try at some point. And I think I'm in that sweet spot right now where I am killing the Barack Obama voice.
I don't think.
No, I'm not. God damn it. Like I said, there are times where it's spot on and there are times where it's a little off.
You're close. You're close. You're not bad at it.
It's every once in a while. I might be able to. What's the other one I could do?
Lord.
The I have to be in the right mood for the artist. What about the Elmo?
What is that?
This is Elmo.
Oh,
Hi,
shit. Cliff. I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry, Andrew, for the nightmares you have. Oh, you must have had nightmares, kid.
There are two or three books. There are 2 or 3 books where I don't break out the Elmo voice very often, but I will break out the Barack Obama voice. Like there is a.
I know Andrew looks at you like. From a baby, he's probably like, "What the fuck
are you doing?
What is he trying to do?" Oh.
Have you seen the YouTube video with Elmo cussing everybody out for like leaving the lights on and shit? It's like, who the fuck is leaving these lights on? What the fuck?
Time out, everyone.
What do you mean time out?
You time out too.
What?
I'll time out.
What? No time out. Time out. Are you okay, Mr. Jennings? I'm just trying to be entertaining over here.
I had to put.
You had to put the headset on.
I had to put it back on. Sitting through that made me wonder. Are you planning on rolling out a new impression each week? You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Are you in the mirror like, okay, Obama got that.
My Obama's decent.
Elmo. Wait till episode 9, and I'm gonna hit him with this motherfucking Elmo.
It's not that I think about it. So I have like 3 or 4 voices that I do. And I do have a Morgan Freeman, but it's like it's so spotty that I don't want to break it out.
Do that. Okay. Not if you
I gotta work on it. It's one that I gotta work on.
Let you get a couple beers in you. Yeah,
I
let you
need
get a couple
beers.
beers in you. He don't need practice. He needs beers in him. Let him get a couple of them.
There are so there's this book. There's this kid's book. It's like The Day the Crayons Quit.
The crayons?
Yeah.
Like crayons?
Yes, crayons.
Okay. That's another. Listen, I ain't got beer. I don't have beer, but I would cheers to that, you nigga. He said the crayons. And I knew exactly what he meant. I didn't think cranberry. I didn't think anything like that. I knew exactly what he was saying. That's why I said, hold up, crayons.
The crayons.
That's my nigga. What?
So he has this book.
Let me trade you one of mine for one of yours.
Well, especially because you think you haven't had this one before.
I don't believe I did.
But he has this book called The Day the Crayons Quit.
Oh, man, you are making my evening, boy.
And he, And what I do is I do a different voice for each color crayon that quit.
For Andrew,
Yeah.
you are just a dad.
So I do the Barack Obama voice usually.
I'm like, how your mama read it to you?
Usually for the beige crayon.
I'm done with the motherfucking ass.
For the blue crayon, I try to break out a little bit of a wizard voice, like
oh, see, I'd have gave that a bill.
It's just I don't have a good bill. That's the problem. Blah. This is.
What's this?
This is interesting. Nah, I don't have it. I don't have it right now.
What is that you were
I used to be able to do like it's not quite a Gandalf, but kind of a Gandalf voice, like a wizard voice.
I don't think I know too much of a Gandalf.
Well, he's the wizard from Lord of the Rings. Yep.
Gandalf the Grey.
Yep.
Okay.
Ian McKellen.
The gay one.
He is the gay one. That's
like
correct.
Kirkpatrick.
No. Sir Patrick Stewart, not gay. Married, in fact, or was married.
And now gay.
No.
Formerly married, now gay.
Not true. Which, by the way, I missed this week's Picard.
Kirkpatrick ass.
And I never got back around to doing the one fool's opinion. I didn't find the time. Although now that we've got the coronavirus, maybe that's how I'll spend my lunch break.
Now that I have my...
I might have to break that back out. No, so the blue crayon is Gandalf. The purple crayon... What do I do for that?
I don't remember this.
I don't remember that one. The black crayon is usually my Morgan Freeman.
That should be Charlie Murphy.
My white crayon is usually close to the Elmo voice, and then I do.
We raise our kids different.
I do the dog. I do a voice for our dog. It's like, hey guys, what are you guys doing?
That's Louis.
This is Louis. Yeah. Hey guys,
He has this going on though.
Well, and that's when we tell him to put his lip away.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like that's
he gets that snaggletooth lip. I don't remember, but I have different voices, or I try to do different voices for each one of the crayons.
You do. You know what, everybody? Let me tell you something. So, in order to film this podcast, usually I come over early so I can see my big man.
Yeah, you missed him tonight. I'm sorry.
I did.
He had a long day.
And
he was playing a shit ton of Fruit Ninja on the Connect downstairs.
That's okay. I'm winning. Handle your business. I was kind of bummed out that I missed him today. I was. But.
Your godson.
Time out. What was the point? What was
I don't know.
About?
You were talking about
what were you talking
how
about
you were coming over early. I was reading. So we let off with I was reading them books and doing different voices.
Oh, okay.
You were sad that you came over today a little early, but he was already asleep.
Right. So
because usually you come up usually you come in like right around like during bedtime. During bedtime.
Right. About 8.
And so you get your highs or whatever and maybe beat on him a little bit.
A little bit.
Because he needs it. Because it can't just come from dad.
Listen. And I have no problem beating on the kids.
Right. Sometimes they need their ass.
Listen. But remember coming early and hearing you read his bedtime story to him. And I said, oh, this nigga's reading. Like, he's reading. Like, he's changing the voices. Like, he's reading like he's a... Is that what... Not... This is what this led to. Did that come from Shar?
No. Well, I will say that Shar was the one that instilled kind of as a family routine reading to him every night. And it's usually 2 to 3 books. More if he's not feeling well or stuff like that. Because as a teacher... She knows that the more you read to your kids, the better off they're going to be. Like, honestly, even though we still read to Andrew can start to read simple things now. Like, he has 4 or 5 books that we built for him or his teachers built for him at school.
Right.
That are like, he has an IT book. So it's like, bit, fit, sit, whatever. Right. And so... As a teacher, she's seen that that's been successful, and honestly, like, it's just been part of our routine. So it's something I could probably count on one hand the number of nights where we haven't read to him.
Listen,
outside of nights that we weren't here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Listen, I'm not downing you or saying anything about
I'm
it.
just saying I think it's important.
I was like, okay, look at that. Look at, like, that's not. I can, the same way you can count on your hand the times that you didn't read, and the same times I can count on my hand and say I've read, like, and then at the same time, I can't. I mean, I guess I can't say that. No, I guess I can. My daughter is me.
Yeah.
My daughter's me. She's way smarter than me.
Well, your daughter also likes to read. Like, when we asked her what she wanted for her birthday, she was like, she wanted books.
She'll read herself. Even as a kid, it seemed like reading, at least from my experience, it seemed like reading to her was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Not like a waste of time for whatever, like, subconscious reasons, but it was like my daughter from a very young age was the type that I'm tired.
Right.
Like, my daughter was. See,
I think that's the other side of it, though, is Andrew also doesn't stop. He doesn't ever stop. And maybe that's a boy versus girl thing.
I could be with my dad shooting the shit. We're kicking it, drinking beer or whatever. My daughter would come in at 2 years old like, I am ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, see, if we didn't make Andrew go to bed, he would be up till 1 o'clock every night.
I never saw that in real life until my daughter. Like, a kid actually telling you, like, I'm ready to lay down, clear this.
Honestly,
it made me feel like a baby mom. Like, clear this living room out. You got your friends still here. I'm tired.
Right.
Okay, well, I mean,
shit, that used to be me, right? That used to be me, right? Like,
no.
So when Cliff and company would come over, I'd be like, look, I'm about to. No, I'm talking about when we were young, like when when I was still at my mom's house in high school.
Yeah.
I would literally look at them and be like, I'm going to sleep. If you wake my mother up, she is your problem to deal with. And really, I think I can count on, like, one hand how many times she had to come down after the. Yeah. Oh, maybe those are only the ones that I remember.
No.
Rita had to come down once or twice without me still awake.
Yeah, no, I can't really count too many of them.
But there were at least a couple.
I'm not gonna say they didn't happen. Not gonna say they didn't happen.
So, Mom, since I know you're watching live, you can call Cliff out on his bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it didn't happen. I'm just going to say, let's be honest, though. Let's be very, very honest. The only time that I was ever awake past you is if shit had to get done.
Well, most of the time that was like music stuff, or
right.
And you
like,
guys
I
would say shit has to get done, or
in a night, or like if we was just coming over to record, I was probably smacked and asleep before you went to bed.
It's possible. I don't know. I was always pretty much like, by the time 1 or 1:30 rolled around, I was usually like, all right, I'm done. And I just assumed that you were still up.
Now, there has been some times where you left the greenhouse and we were still kicking it. But
yeah.
It was never anything like that. You know what I mean?
No, I'm thinking more of high school. So what you're talking about was the tail end of high school. What I'm talking about is early high school when we were in like the computer room. My bedroom is right next door to it, and I'd be like, I'm going to bed, y'all. You wake up my mom, you deal with that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. By the time that took place, the night was over.
Which would have been my assumption, but I know there's one or two that stick out in my mind where I know there were conversations had between you and Rita.
That was most likely down in the greenhouse.
Well, see, but the greenhouse, the thing about the greenhouse was, because her bedroom was in the attic, rarely anything that went on in the greenhouse got captured.
You're right.
So it was usually in
That's
the
a
studio in
weird
the
choice
computer.
Of words that you
What I say, captured? Oh, I don't know what I
That's
meant
a
there.
weird choice of words.
Well, it's because I've been
Really,
dealing
you
with.
got captured.
That's why I've been dealing with all of because I've been dealing with the HDMI capture and the video
There was
capture
nothing
and
to
all
be
that shit.
There's nothing to be captured, Miss Rita.
Oh, shit.
There was nothing to be captured. I promise you that.
Goodness gracious.
No,
Those were good times, though. Those were good times. All right, hey, I got to take a piss. You want to take a quick break?
We can do that.
And then we can come back, figure out how we want to keep this show going.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we'll be back in about. We'll be back in hopefully like 3 minutes. Appreciate everyone. I know we got a couple of folks out in the watching live. I know we've got.
There's probably a few things.
We've got 3 or 4 viewers, but so it's been fluxing in and out. But nobody's chiming in the live chat. Feel free to chime in the live chat
or
while
not.
we're on the break, and let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about when we get back. But until then,
or not.
Or not. That's fine.
Do what you feel.
Do what you gotta do.
Like us or dislike us.
No, don't dislike us, but like us. Click the like button, and like we said, we will.
We can't get just as big off of dislikes. I challenge you to dislike us.
Don't do that.
Dislike us and report.
I'm trying to get us monetized, motherfucker.
And report us to YouTube.
Don't do that.
Do all that.
All right, and that's where we cut Cliff's mic off, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. right, we are back. Mr. Jennings, how are you? We're back again. Thank you again for indulging us for our bio break. Although I will say it looks like we lost some folks on the live stream. You know, you couldn't wait 5 minutes. That's all right. I'm not going to be mad.
It's all right. Bladders are full. Patience is as well. So
Right. But I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to talk about for the second hour. You have anything in mind? Anything additional? You have any inadvertent thoughts this week?
Any inadvertent thoughts?
That we haven't already hit on because of the coronavirus.
I mean, to be 100% honest, that was the first place my mind went with inadvertent thoughts. I do think that... people are acting irrational.
I agree with that.
At the same time, I'm not going to say that that's not necessary. Because as much as I think it's irrational, I don't know everyone else's situation.
True.
So that irration could be
I mean, maybe they have lots of diarrhea, and that's why they need to buy up on the toilet paper.
Like I said before, maybe they know something we don't know, and that's going to be the new currency of the world.
Right.
After the
It's going to be.
apocalypse.
It's not going to be the toilet paper itself. It's going to be the toilet paper rolls. It's going to be the rolls that are the the currency.
Okay. Did you see the dudes that was on? I won't say where they was on, but they was stealing toilet paper from the public places.
No, but that doesn't surprise me.
So they brought a drill.
And they were unscrewing
and they put
the
a spool on it and taped the piece of toilet and just drilled all the toilet paper.
That's foolish.
And at the same time, I was thinking, like, is it foolish or is it genius? It's a bit of both. Don't get me wrong.
That's like the what is it? The brilliant idiots have the brilliant and the idiot segment of their show where that's their new thing, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're like, we might have to add a
That's
who's
both.
the fool segment of the show.
That's both to me. I wouldn't give him, even if we added it this week, he wasn't the fool. The fuck, if that's what now.
Oh, by the way, Dorita sent me a text.
What she say?
She said best night time was the midnight Grim Reaper for Cliff and Shelby. So we were in. It had to have been like 6th grade. It had to have been like right after Cliff Shelby and I all got back together at our at that Catholic school.
I do remember that too.
And we're watching.
That was Gordon too.
Gordon was there as well. And we're watching, what was that? Was that Scream?
Yep, Scream.
I couldn't remember if it was Scream or if it was, I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it was Scream. It was Scream because she came down in the ghost mask.
Yeah.
And so my mom comes down in the ghost face mask with I think it was a fake butcher's knife.
Yeah, it was a fake butcher's knife.
Okay, but I wouldn't put it past her. But she opens the door in the ghost face mask with the knife like,
I remember that.
Everybody freaked out.
Fun.
By the time we got the picture, though, everybody had already realized what was going on, so it wasn't as funny anymore.
Cheers. That was good.
Yeah, my mom and I planned that one together. That was a good time. That was a good one.
Yeah. Okay, he didn't get no props for that. He didn't put no work in. He faked sleep while you put all the work in.
No, I told her when we were turning the movie on that she should come in. She should come down in half an hour. I planned the whole thing. I was setting y'all up.
Well, nobody remembers him.
Typical colonizer.
We all remember you. We don't remember him for that.
Oh, it's probably
for playing
true.
Sleep.
Right.
You get an Oscar for playing Sleep.
You know, what are you gonna do?
You weren't scaring.
Oh man, I got a question for you. Have you what have you been doing to kind of kill time? Like, especially because you've been taking PTO or whatever. Like, what have you been doing to pass? Like, my understanding based on our conversations, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is you've been spending a lot of time at home.
Definitely.
So how have you been passing the time?
Jacking with my left hand.
Have you ever given yourself a stranger?
I've been with a lot of strangers now.
That's when you sleep on it's when you sit on your hand and you make it feel like it's falling asleep.
Somebody actually asked me if I've done that before.
That's because that's a Chappelle show thing. That was a
I was hoping it was a joke.
It was Chappelle as Lil Jon.
I was hoping
Have you ever given yourself
joke.
a stranger?
I was hoping it was a joke because I was like,
Oh, was it? Was it an awkward conversation?
No, I just
Who asked you this?
I just used the left. That's the stranger. The left hand.
Now see,
it's like, what cock is this that I'm holding?
I see. I'd have to say that the left hand is my usual because usually I'm holding my phone with my right hand.
Isn't it opposite?
Nah, I hold the phone.
Well, me, if I'm
with
being
the right hand
perfectly
so I can
honest,
scroll.
phone has to be set down.
Oh, see, I keep the phone in the hand usually.
No. It can't be kept in the hand.
Because guess what? When you're married, it's not like you're doing it in your own bed. You go to the bathroom and you're holding on.
So
to
do it
something.
on the sink.
Have you seen our bathroom? Like that means I'm like turned sideways into the sink. Like
no,
that's not comfortable
stand
for me.
in front of the sink and sit.
Oh, I don't like doing it standing up.
No, you don't. You gotta sit on the toilet.
I gotta be sitting.
I don't like doing it sitting.
I hear you.
Or laying.
I
gotta be on my toes, baby. I gotta have a grip.
Oh, see, that's not my thing. I'm lazy. That's the reason I'm fat.
Listen, even a rub out session can take a while. Okay, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, so let me get in my stand.
You're getting gripped in.
Right.
He's got he's got the full athletic position.
I'm like the
talk
black
about
porn
this in football.
stars.
You gotta have the knees bent. You gotta have your power angles.
Definitely have knees bent. There's definitely power to these angles. And I'm definitely like a black porn star with boots or shoes on, asshole naked. I could be asshole naked from shoulder to Achilles. Grip. Grip, son.
You are a fool.
Whether you're involved, lady, or you're not involved, grip will be around.
I got nothing. I wish I had something else to add to this.
Listen, toe dermis is just as important as your hand dermis.
But see, the problem is when your toes like clench and crunch like that. Like I get the Charlie horse in my foot.
Listen,
because I've done so much damage to them over the years.
For those who can't see, y'all can't see that. This is shot rehab for right there.
Yeah.
Doesn't lock up there. That doesn't lock up. I could clean roundhouse you with a cement scully on, and I'm still putting you down. I'm telling you, this front four. What do you call that? Not a forearm.
Your shin?
That is what that's called. That's exactly what that is.
Woo, buddy. Well, I would cheers you, but
it's strong.
but I just re-poured a beer and it's all foam, so I'm not gonna put that on camera.
Hey.
All right. So other than your left hand, what have you been doing with yourself?
That was a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it wasn't.
You know what? I'm a gamer, and you know I'm a gamer.
Yeah, so what have you been playing? Just the usual stuff, or?
Ironically, I haven't really been gaming.
Really?
It's actually a dude that would cuss me out. He's been calling me every day. It's my guy too. Like we go in tournaments and shit together.
Oh, you're talking like gaming?
Every day. Like, bro, get on.
What game?
I know you're not working. We play Ghost Recon.
Okay.
What is it? Breakpoint. The new one they came out.
Is that the new one?
Breakpoint.
I gave up on the shooter stuff a long time ago.
Only if I have somebody to play with.
Okay.
Shooter.
Well, that used to be the way I
myself.
used to do Destiny with my boy Jake out in DC.
I would do Destiny.
I haven't I still have
Somebody
it.
else got me hit.
Are they still on? Are they still on Destiny 2? Like, is that still what it is?
I got to because they haven't released a new one.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they had released a new one or
That
not.
second one.
I
is
still
the
have
one
it.
that
I haven't played it in a long time, but
I got the first one. I don't have the second one.
I've been my gaming has been recently on. Like I replayed Zelda Link's Awakening, and that's
on the
Nintendo Switch,
right?
And that's what I was playing. I've been playing that while Char's been watching her show that she's been into. So we have been rewatching Homeland. I kind of fell off, so I've been playing on the Switch.
I may want to talk to you after this is over.
About what?
Don't worry about it.
All
Off
right.
air.
That's fine. But yeah, so we've been watching Homeland with I think it's Claire Danes. Is that who it is? But she's been
the blonde.
Yeah, it's Showtime show.
She the one who changed her nose. Who's in have you seen All American on Netflix?
I have not, but I wanted to watch that. But it might be her.
That's the same girl.
Are you thinking Hayden Panettiere?
No, this is an older lady.
Okay, then it's probably her then.
Yeah, she's older.
But she
I think she's older than us.
Damn, she is old then.
I think.
So anyway, no, I don't know for sure. We'll look that up. But so she's been watching. I was into it for the first 2 seasons for Homeland, but when we got to like season 3, season 4, I kind of fell off.
I can't watch shit like that. Like,
and honestly, my problem is that it's one of those like CIA terrorist things. And
right.
honestly, since 24 and Jack Bauer, like I feel like it's all been done.
Right. Like
24 did it so well that I'm like.
First off, me and you are the same in that regard.
Yeah.
Even on the Star Wars regard, we're the same. I can't watch long enough to get invested. You know what I mean? Well, if you can get me invested, then I'm like, yeah, that green dude told that dude to go do that. He doesn't give a fuck. So now they're in problems right now. I'll get into it
right.
But
if it can hook you. If it can hook you.
It takes too much. Like, I'm already thinking, it's space. Or, like, shit that's been done before. Like, this has all been done.
Right. Right. And
Another football
show,
All American. All American is Friday Night Lights, but the black version.
Is it?
And that's when
that might be interesting then.
It is, and that's when I realized it was. Before I was just thinking this is another Friday Night Lights.
How many seasons of it?
2
so far. It's only 2 in.
That's the only bad thing. But you will be.
I mean, with the coronavirus right now, we might be.
That's what I'm saying. Being home, you will binge it, and you will be. Because, I got a lot of females in my family, and I can't always kick them off the TV. I can, but it's not always worth it. So I'll sit and watch, and it just so happened that I had 2 of them tell me that this was a good show. So I sat and I watched it, and I ended up watching the whole 2nd season.
Yeah.
Not the whole second, but probably.
See, I feel like I've added this to my watch list, and then it never showed up. But I thought it was on Hulu, not Netflix.
Now it's like, why would I even watch the first season? I already saw.
If you already know where things go, yeah.
Now you're different because you're a Star Wars fan, so you could watch from back to front. I wipe from front to back like a lady. Is that how they wipe? Front to back?
Front to back, yeah.
Yep.
You gotta wipe it away. You gotta wipe it away from
the box.
Yes.
Away from Pandora. Yeah, so I wipe from front to back like a lady, and you're just a fucking goon.
I hear you. No, so Homeland was good for the first 2 seasons, and it may have been good from there on, but Char started watching episodes without me because I started, especially since all of the outbreak happened, because I'm still working.
Have you seen Containment?
Which, containment or contagion?
Contaminant? Contagion?
Contagion?
I don't know.
Contagion is the film from the 80s or 90s that everybody talks about right now.
This is a Netflix joint.
Oh, no. Then I
feel like this is pretty,
is that where we're at right now? Is that? Okay.
It's pretty, accurate.
I feel like we're heading to Planet of the Apes right now. So
The
no, I don't. But I did watch. But I have been watching Walking Dead. Walking Dead actually got good again. It kind of fell off for 4 or 5 seasons, and we were still watching it. And I feel like it came back. So how they the introduction of the Whispers was a big thing.
What's the Whisper?
So the Whispers were people that were basically living among the walkers, living among the zombies.
Like Michonne.
Kind of the way Michonne was, except they stayed with them. So it wasn't like just to get through them. It was like they were guiding them. They kind of lived like them, like
eating people type shit.
Not necessarily eating people, but they lived in the woods and like they controlled the herd. Like they controlled the herd, the way where it went and how it functioned, and it was interesting. So it has come back, and it's been interesting the last season or two.
That's what I was about to say. This is all in what season?
This is all shit. This is probably, I think we're in season 10 now. So season 9 and 10. Honestly, early on with what is it? Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan, was pretty good.
Okay.
But that storyline went on too long.
He's actually what made me stop watching.
Really?
I stopped watching before he was dead or whatever, when they kidnapped him. Or...
He didn't die. Spoiler alert. Negan's
so
still
extra.
around, but I hear what you're saying.
Who's gonna be... First of all, I'm not afraid of somebody like you. You're extra.
Where he's just whistling.
You're an
and
actor.
Like the bat and the...
You're an actor.
The barbed
You're not
wire.
even scary. You're just an actor, and people are just here...
He's charismatic, though. You could see how something like that would happen, though. Like, he feels like...
You had a bat, bro.
Jim Jones kind of.
You had a bat, bro. Are you telling me that nobody out of his whole squad wanted to test him?
But I think that was the thing, is that they did test him, and then he would beat them to death, and he would prove that he was still a G. Yeah. Or actually, what he did was he would take them to, because they were living in that factory.
I remember that.
He would take them to basically the incinerator, to the forge.
I do remember
and
that.
burn them with it. And basically, he would keep people in check with fear that way. But I also understand that's where a lot of people fell off, though. Was
right, but what did he do, though? What did you do?
He was the person, like literally putting people into the fire.
Called the shots. That
right.
doesn't mean you're scary. I'm not scared of the guy calling the shots. Who's the one acting out what he calls you to do?
I hear you. No,
you feel what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
That's who I have an issue with.
But it's the charisma side. Like, I'll be straight up.
I'm supposed to be like,
I'll be straight up right here. If you were to start a cult, you'd probably be pretty successful with it because you're a charismatic dude. People listen to you when you talk.
Well, I don't think that it would be.
Which is why I'm glad you don't use your powers for evil.
I don't think that would be the case. What would be the case is the fact that I would be doing everything.
You would?
Yes, I wouldn't. And listen, Michael, I love you to death. You're more than a brother to me. And as much as I see you do this technical shit, would not trust you to do something I needed done.
What do you mean by that?
I wouldn't, okay, so this has to happen in order for us to live on. Michael, Reggie, I need you to go out and I need you to handle this for me. That wouldn't happen.
You mean kill somebody, or what do you mean?
Whatever the case may be. Anything. If I say, stop the water from flowing down the river.
I would find a way to stop the water from
I
flowing
know
down
you
the
would.
river.
I know you would. I know you would. But my whole thing is, I don't trust anyone.
Okay. So it's a trust thing, not a...
And as much as I trust you, the only way I can guarantee this water stops
is
if
you do
I
it.
stop the water. I can't
that.
afford for anyone else to
I
be
think.
involved
See, that's
here.
the thing. That's where I think you and I are the same person. Because I think I would say the exact same thing about you.
I get it. I get it, though.
And
that might be why...
that might not...
Listen, he said it.
Wait.
Where's Melissa for the Fools Agree?
We're gonna get the wide shot's gonna work.
There it is.
Yeah.
We got the wide shot. But no, that's 110%. I'm going out by myself. Before I tell anybody I need something done, nobody's knowing I'm gone. I'll be back hopefully before you know it. If not, I failed.
Look, we got the wide shot. See, we got about a 10-second delay.
Oh, and it worked.
It did.
Look at this hand. This hand isn't paralyzed, folks. I promise. Looks like my little hand, but
it's my strong hand.
Right, it looks like that.
All right, so I think I cut you off earlier.
About
so you said you were playing, or you weren't playing games.
My left hand.
No, we already talked about your left hand.
The stranger, right here.
It's my strong hand.
Right.
So you said you were playing the Division, whatever the new one was, or you haven't been playing it.
Oh, I got the Division.
No, I understand, but what you were saying, what else have you?
Said Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
That's what it was. So what else have you been doing to kind of like pass the time during all this?
Games. So games, as far as games, I said Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I do have Division 2, which is crazy that you said that. I haven't really been playing it, but I have it. NBA 2K20 is my number one go-to.
I feel like 2K20 is about to go on sale, so I might join you on that. I haven't played it yet.
That's my number one go-to. I go to that.
I don't think I've gotten an NBA 2K game since maybe 18 or 17.
Still wouldn't want to be honest.
Yeah.
Because even if you buy it, unless you were playing like the game, like team versus team,
okay,
you wouldn't be able to catch up in time. Like if you did
it just takes too long
player,
to oh, okay. By the time I caught up, you'd be on 2021 right. By then.
We're already 99s, and you would be starting off as a 60. So
right.
You wouldn't be close.
Which was kind of what happened with me in Destiny too. Was that?
Oh really? You got on too late for it to.
Well, compared to my friends that were on it, like.
Well, they just helped me out.
Yeah.
They were just like, well, yeah, we're this and you're that, but we'll get you.
My problem is that.
You know that's not my kind of game.
When you're married, there's only so much time. And especially right now when Shard doesn't have soccer to go to
I know exactly what you
2
mean.
nights a week.
Somewhat.
Like we're playing or we're sitting together. Like even if she is the one choosing what's on the TV, I'm not playing game. Like I'm playing a game, but I'm not playing like a multiplayer game on the Xbox.
I know what you mean. It depends.
Which is kind of the reason why we set up the new studio the way we did. So for those that are not, you can't see it right now.
Right.
But we have set up a TV and an Xbox up in the studio so that we can maybe get into something. Yeah, you think we can talk about this now? So what we want to do is do a live play along.
What we will do, I mean, we proved that the podcast joint is popping off.
Yeah, we did.
Because after all these weeks, this seems like it's working.
We finally did get the live stream continuous.
So my whole thing is, if we did before we announce, if we did do what we've discussed, how would it work with the pause delay?
So with the delay, should we just go ahead and say what it is so it's not so kind of cagey about it?
Let's say it. We're jacking off, ladies and gentlemen.
So what we are talking about is doing a live stream version of You Don't Know Jack. And so You Don't Know Jack, for anybody that doesn't know, is a game or is a trivia game or a suite of games that you can play online. And what we're talking about is doing that as part of our live stream. Now, what Cliff's talking about is the fact that there's about a 10-second delay. However, what helps is the 10-second delay may affect the stream. It doesn't affect you playing. So what happens with this game is basically what we will do is we will broadcast a room code. And in order to play along with us,
right,
you don't have to download anything. You don't have to do anything other than go to a website. It's jackbox.tv.
The jack off is still on, ladies and gentlemen.
We will give you a link to jackbox.tv. And beyond that, there's a room code. What the room code does is put you into the game with us. So what we will do is, as soon as we
Whoop y'all's
connect
ass
the game,
is what we gonna do. Well, I don't know about him. I'm whooping ass.
first of all,
I believe I won the last time.
you may have won one. That's fine. But what it allows us to do is, and actually the delay helps, because you know what we'll do during the delay? You and I will be the first two to log in, and then we'll let everyone else join.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what you're saying. But
So because there's a 15-second delay,
right.
We'll see the room code first. We'll be able to log in first, and then everybody else can log in after that. And we'll probably give like a 10 or 15-minute window where we'll do our usual shtick in terms of we'll talk shit.
I believe if we're doing a jack off, it's not just gonna be about rubbing meat.
I hope it's not about rubbing meat at all, as much as I enjoy hanging out with you, Mr. Jennings. But what we'll do is we'll post the room code, and honestly, this is something we want to try out during this coronavirus nonsense, because we think it'll give folks an opportunity to come online with us and be able to play, and be able to do like a bar night.
The JOL, the Jack Off League.
And be able to do like your bar night trivia that you're missing out on right now. You can come do your bar night trivia with us.
That's interesting.
Either Tuesday or Wednesday nights. We're gonna figure out that piece of it. But we'll both be posting to Facebook and all that shit in order to let you know. But I think it's something to give us something to do during this coronavirus outbreak. So
and if everybody's not drinking, it's not fair. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No, everybody should be drinking.
If everybody's not drinking, it's not fair. You better be drinking.
The entire point of this is to replace the folks that go out and play bar night trivia on Thursdays that can't do that right now. Come hang out with us on Wednesday nights or Thursday, or it'll probably be Wednesdays, because I don't know if we could do back-to-back nights. So come hang out with us on Tuesdays or Wednesdays and come play the trivia games with us. And what we'll do is we'll do a live stream. We'll post the link to the room. And once we have enough folks join us in the room, we'll start the game. And you can play the game directly from your phone. Doesn't matter if there's a 5 or a 10-second delay on the live stream. You can play along with us. And we'll just keep things going. And I think, if nothing else, we'll give it a try. We'll see if anybody joins us for the live stream of these things. And it's really just meant to be something to do to hang out on a Wednesday or Tuesday night. What would you add to that, Cliff? Does that make sense?
No, I mean that makes perfect sense to me. I'm just saying, come join the
Jack Off League,
DFJO. Women are allowed. The DFJO is accepting females. That's the Do Fools Jack Off.
I don't know if that's the name I want to go with. But
I feel like it's perfect.
Right now, what I think I have is the Two Fools Play Live.
I feel like that's worse.
That might sound.
I feel like
that might sound worse.
Worse.
So we're gonna have to figure out what the name for this thing is.
DFJOL.
DFJOL.
Do Fools Jack Off League. That's for women as well. We need more women to be involved.
Well, do Fools Jill Off? Isn't that the female version of that?
I do think.
Isn't that how that goes?
Not if you're in the league. We're all jacking it in this specific league. So, ladies,
how much would I love to know who the other live stream person is? Right? Who's our other viewer?
Your
right
mother.
Now? No, because she signed off. I think she was tired.
Your mother.
I hope it's not her.
It's your mother. She's interested in what we're talking about, and right now, last name, Miss Rita.
Miss Rita. You can call her Rita. That's fine.
Miss Rita, you are one of the captains of the DFJOL.
She's going to have her own squad.
Well, first of all, me and her was killing shit in that one game.
Oh, when we were playing Cards Against Humanity here?
Man,
Yeah, you and my mom were a little too in sync when it came to Cards Against Humanity.
Miss Rita, if we bring this together like Ice Cube in the Big Three, I just need to know you'll be the coach. And I'll run. Listen. The DFJOL, starring Miss Rita and her ace Boone Coon.
Wait, did you just say coon?
Yeah, so I was going to say you because I thought I'm just giving.
Oh, shit! God damn.
But
yeah, I think that's something we're going to have to try.
Listen, I'm with it.
I think we do have to precede a couple of folks. Like,
yeah,
we got to make sure we've got at least 2 other people joining us. Yeah. So even if it's a call ahead thing, that
how many people can join?
Depends which game we play. So if we play the You Don't Know Jack trivia game, I think you can have up to, it's either 4 or 8, but audience participation is allowed. Meaning, if they join like midway through the stream, they can influence the game as well. There are other games on that party pack that you can have up to like 80 people on.
That's what we want.
So that's where we would like to get to.
JO.
But this is also the reason why we have the. That's why we have the new setup up here.
This is squad. So, who would you be thinking for your the others involved?
Well, I mean, at this point, first of all, we've got somebody that owes us some shit by the end of the month, I think. He might be a good one to come over and be part of the game.
So, if that's the case.
But otherwise, I mean, really, the whole point is that anybody can join us. Like, that's what I want to do. And I actually talked about this with a couple of folks at the job in terms of if this is something we were going to do, would you be interested? And at least 4 or 5 people said they were interested, and I only told like 10.
That's 50%.
So that's 50%. That's not bad. Now, you know, I don't know, because we only get to the earlier point. Generally speaking, we have, now that we've got the live stream kind of back up and working, we've got anywhere from like 2 to 5 people that watch us live.
Right.
So the question is, can we get more than that to watch us live?
And then the question
because they have to be part of the game. They have to be watching live to play live. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So that's my fear point with this. Like, honestly, if this was
live, if they join in at the right time,
then they have to at least watch live to get the room code, and then they can do whatever. But as long as they're joined to the room when we start, they'll be ready to go. So what we would do is basically say, "Hey, we've posted the room code. We're gonna hit the start button in 10 minutes." And then we'd give people a 2-minute warning.
Fuck them.
And then we'd say, all right, we're going live. And we'd record the whole thing. And then, honestly, as long as we had the right audience, we would start a new game after we finished the first one.
Oh, that's what you said.
And then, hopefully, more people join at that point.
Oh. There's no hopefully about it.
But I hope the whole thing with that is we've got to build in. If it's just you and I playing, okay, we can do that for a game or two, but I wouldn't want to do it for more than a game or two.
How many teams will there be?
It's not even a team thing.
There's a team thing.
I'm just telling you, that's not the way the game is set up. Now, if you and I want to split up teams, we can do that.
Oh, no, there's a team thing. What will happen, ladies and gentlemen, is we'll do a DFJOL draft, and whoever's in the live screen will be drafted by either Michael or myself.
I think that's a great idea. Shit. Fools agree on that one. That's a great idea. We can see who joins, and then we can say, I'm drafting X, Y, and Z.
Listen.
I think that's a great idea.
And then it's teams. That
Absolutely.
way, no one man has to worry about. We add up all the points at the end of the night.
So if you're watching this on the replay on Saturday, or you're listening to this on the podcast on Monday or Tuesday,
614.
You better cut that shit out.
And let a motherfucker know.
Follow.
Trying to be involved.
Follow at Don't Follow Too Close or at the Geeky Coach.
I didn't even know that
to
was
get
my
the
name.
link to the live stream, so that when we do this, you can be informed. You can join us. Because honestly, at this point, guess what? I know all of y'all are going stir crazy out there. I know shit is fucked up because of this coronavirus. Come hang out with us. Come do something that just takes your mind off of things. Come play trivia with us. Grab a beer and replace your bar night trivia. Like, I know a lot of the people that I hang out with are big bar night trivia players. Come hang out with us, because guess what?
I agree.
You can drink from the comfort of your own home. You can join us on live stream, and guess what? You don't have to download shit to play these games with us. All you have to do is, on your phone, go to jackbox.tv, enter the room code that we'll have up on the screen, and join us. And if anything else, it'll give you something to do.
He's lying, because first you must be drafted. So you must be in the live chat within 5 to 10 minutes before the start of the game. Otherwise,
Agreed.
You may not be on a team.
Well, that might be more dangerous. What if somebody who's not on the team beats us?
And that just means that our team was dumb as fuck, and we got more fools involved. That's all that means.
That's not wrong.
That's all I'm saying.
Part of me wants to say, should we go ahead and throw this out there? But I don't think we have enough people in the live chat or on the live stream to try this.
What, like now?
Yeah, just to do
Why
a test.
Not? Why not?
All right, so I think we've got 2 or 3 live viewers. If you're down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna post.
Even if you're not down, we don't need your consent, bitches.
What we're going to do though is post the link. We're gonna change the format of the show a little bit. We're going to go ahead and post the live stream link for the trivia game.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as Cliff also has his phone with him.
I have to have my phone?
Yeah, because you got to play through the phone.
Oh.
What we will do is we'll try this one time. 92%. And if you want to try to join us, go ahead and join us. We'll give it about 5 minutes to get things going. And I'm not going to lie, I got to run to the restroom. But once I get this going, what we'll do is we'll post the link to the game, and if you want to play, go ahead and dial in and join us.
Please do. Wait, don't try to. Oh, you're setting it up. Okay.
I'm getting it going. Give me a minute. This is what we got to do, you know. So for those that are watching live, I got the controller, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over to the. Yes, that's correct. You're not going to be able to see yourself anymore, Mr. Jennings. You conceited motherfucker.
No, I was just trying to. Now I gotta look over there.
To what? To see if you're on the screen? You better be looking at your phone here in a minute.
I ain't worried about you.
Don't worry about me.
Wait, you about to take a piss, and I'm just sitting here with them?
Well, what I can do is, I will go ahead and get the room going, and we'll put on the You Don't Know Jack trivia game, and once Cliff and I are both signed in, because there's the delay, what we'll do is we'll let anybody else join us for a couple of minutes while that gets going. And so, Cliff, if you look over at the screen that has what the live stream looks like over here, what it'll do is, what you'll see is kind of what we got going on. So we can go from that. The version that we're going to play tonight only allows 4 players, which is good. I'm going to click OK. We're going to log in.
Can the 4 players that we play with be people we don't know?
It could be, theoretically.
Well, theoretically, actually, I would prefer.
What do you mean?
Like,
People we don't know.
mm-hmm.
I think that's fine. So for those that are watching on the live stream, we're going to enter the room code that's up on the screen. So that's
Whoa
ZQWN.
there. Where am I even entering this?
You have to go to jackbox.tv.
Why wouldn't you give me directions before we started this?
Because I wouldn't want to do that. And I am logged in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the mics real quick.
Wait.
I am going to go take a quick piss.
Hold on. I have to, too. Where is the code?
Go to jackbox.tv on your phone.
Uh-huh.
And then log into the room code ZQWN. And we will give folks just a couple of minutes to join us here in the room, and then we'll get started. Are you Diddles?
I'm Diddles.
All right. Well, we'll give whoever's watching us live a chance to join us, and we'll go from there.
Oh, I got to piss first.
All right. We're going to take a quick minute.
They still got time to join?
They still have time to join. So, Cliff, if you've got anybody you want to text and tell them to join us, then let's go. And we'll be right back.
This motherfucker's scared to get his ass whooped.
Ain't nobody scared of shit. Come on now.
That's all I do know.
All right. Well, we tried to give folks a chance to join us
It
live.
don't matter.
Nobody did, but we're gonna try this out. We're gonna see how this goes. All right, you ready?
That's all ever been.
Uh-oh.
Look at you.
Not working for everybody's in. We'll give it a second.
Is that coming through the computer too?
Maybe. I can't tell.
I can't. I mean, I can hear it through the headphones, but I don't know if that's coming from the TV or the.
It's definitely coming through the headphones because the HDMI brings in the audio.
Is that right?
That's cool though. I like that.
Is that right?
Have they told us we look alike? All the time.
Listen, Dailies. My cousin Nathan was on here not too long ago.
That's true. Your blood, right?
My biological cousin.
Sasquatch, a new drama on the Ants Network. He's mysterious, he's elusive, and he drives the girls wild.
Uh-oh.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash.
So Teen Sasquatch is the wrong answer of the game. We'll see how this goes.
I feel like I should take that off. Wait, am I in?
Get things started. Not so smart, Alec. What is Alec Baldwin most likely to scream at a dude with a camera who works as part of the paparazzi? Fuck you, you fucking paparazzi! I'll fuck you in the evil paparazzo. Get with the paparazzi, or I'll break your fucking camera with my paparazzas.
I definitely am off.
Are you still on from a game standpoint?
It's not. Is it not?
Paparazzi is paparazzo.
We're gonna have to figure out how to give you a.
Oh, do I? How do I do this?
I mean, mine's still logged in. Did yours log you out? All right, we'll try it on the next one.
Oh, he's cheating already.
Drake a leg.
Oh my god, for a second there I thought I saw my ventriloquist dummy Billy O'Brien again.
Cheating already.
Who's cheating?
You.
Who's the dummy?
Not me.
It really is you.
It's always me, Dunny.
I was hoping you were just a mirage.
And the rise that we're not in a desert. Now, speaking of which,
Come on, dummy.
what would you do if you saw me as a mirage in the Gobi Desert? Pakistan, Mongolia,
Gobi
Peru,
Desert.
or Mexico?
Why was it not let me select?
Is it not? Maybe you were disconnected for too long.
You sons of
All right,
bitches.
so should we cut this?
Yeah, we gotta cut it.
All right.
Cause I can't. But I want to give us one.
Are we sure we want to exit? Let me see your phone real quick.
You are more than welcome.
If
sir.
you reload it,
I don't know what that means.
all right, try it one more time. Let's keep going and we'll see if it works.
Oh Lord.
Are you sure you want to exit? No.
Oh, you didn't fix something.
I think I did fix it. Give it a second. Give it a second. Just keep touching it so that it doesn't like go to sleep or anything.
Well, now that you beat me in the first
I didn't.
two,
We're at 0-0 because I answered one question and I missed one question. I'm actually at negative. You're ahead.
I'm Shaq O'Neal. His extra large ears, his big feet, his large head, or his massive hands. Player one.
Looks like it worked.
Those are military
Looks like you're connected at least.
Often worn by marching band
Are you
leaders.
connected?
It would be the most ridiculous thing he's worn since Kazam.
Yeah.
All right, so we got it working. So when that happens, all you have to do is hit the reload button
You should, because you
and
just
don't
watched
change anything. Hit the reload button, don't change anything if it cuts you off. But you just got the wrong answer of the game, which is some bullshit.
See, he cheated.
No,
Yes.
you just got the wrong answer of the game. You are up now.
netted you an extra 4,000. Congratulations.
You are
You
up.
cheated. I don't want it.
You are up right now.
I don't want to be up. You cheated. I feel like we should restart this.
No, we got a game going. Let's go.
Look at
You're up. Why are you bitching?
and stop the train. It's a dis or dash.
Uh-oh.
Player one. That score is embarrassing.
Which one am I?
You are player 2. I'm player 1.
List off 7
This
things.
is for me.
For each one, I want you to tell me if it's something that happens to Anna Karenina in Tolstoy's classic novel Anna Karenina, or a Justin Timberlake song. If it's
Cry me a river.
if it's Justin Timberlake,
Cry me a
player
river.
2, choose your answer before player 1, and if player 1 gets it wrong and you get it right, that cash is yours.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
So you do the same game that we're doing.
3. Childbirth. Murder.
Uh,
Amnesia.
shit.
Suicide.
It won't let me do any of this.
Because it's not going to show. This is me playing.
Nothing else.
Shit.
Apparently you don't know
I didn't do
classics.
shit
And
on
you
that.
don't know much about Anna Karenina either.
How many do I take care?
You can score points on the stuff that I miss.
Keep meaning to reread Anna Karenina, but I've been waiting for time. And
Are
I
you
really
still
fell
logged
into
in?
a deep, deep
This
depression.
is doodles.
All right.
You fucked me over.
Try this on for size. Would he or wouldn't he? What would it mean if Woody Allen were an alleged Fedorthist? He's been accused
I know what
of
he
touching
is.
shoes, he's been accused of touching grapes, he's been accused of touching bugs, or he's been accused of touching feces.
Door fist.
Player 1, watch the clock.
Ignorant.
Ah, see, mine cut out that time.
Player 2, sucks to be you. Player 1, a Fedorthist
Oh, it
is a
did
doctor
connect.
or healthcare professional who
Podiatrist.
focuses on especially shoes and inserts that can help with
Duh.
Come on,
I'm
man.
not saying he's a shoe doctor, and I'm not saying he's
Because he
not a
wouldn't
shoe
start the
doctor.
game over, so I gotta lose a few.
The curse of the James
Dude,
Bond.
you are still winning right now.
I don't want to be.
Bullshit.
Round 1 is complete. Don't forget, in round 2, all the cash is doubled. And don't be afraid to use those screws. I didn't hand them
Don't
out.
get mad. I don't like having a
An
leg up.
unfair advantage. I mean, you can do whatever you want, dude. Whatever. I'm gonna whoop your ass either way.
Mm-hmm.
Why not try Pup All Night? Considering their lifespans, which dog from the first Puppy Bowl would be the least likely to be alive to watch Puppy Bowl
Ooh.
11? That adorable poodle puppy, that adorable Great Dane puppy, that adorable Dachshund puppy, or that
This is
adorable
definitely
puppy
some
puppy?
white shit.
You don't know which dogs are likely to live the longest or shortest?
Player 2, watch
Is there a pit bull up there, motherfucker?
That's a fair point.
Player 2. Player 1.
The
I actually don't think a pug was a bad choice
The bigger the dog,
because it's a short-nosed dog.
so the Great Dane would
But I just know Great Danes only live 7 to 8 years.
Wait, it's which one lived?
The shortest.
Oh my fucking
least
God.
likely to be alive to watch Puppy Bowl the next one.
but it's not
I didn't even read the question.
horrible things happen.
And this is why I'm winning now.
Let's try. Beautiful millionaires are just so relatable. Say the incredibly down-to-earth Jennifer Lawrence decides to go skydiving. If on her way down to Earth she reaches terminal velocity, what down-to-earth thing might you hear her say? Wowzer, I could not be going down to Earth any faster. Aw man, I'm going down to Earth slower every second. Lol, I broke the sound barrier on my way down to Earth. Or, cool beans, I'm actually now going away from Earth.
I mean, I'll give you a hint here. It's why.
I didn't even have to restart.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I can't even.
We're gonna have to make sure we plug your phone in
the
next
fuck?
time.
Didn't even.
Well, next time what we'll do is we'll bring up one of my tablets from downstairs. We'll have the this is why this is a test and learn, right? We're trying it now so that when we come to next Wednesday, when we ask people to join us, you don't have any fucking excuses, you cheap motherfucker.
Your shit working great.
Associated with Miranda and Ariel, Kangaroo Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Closely associated with Miranda and Ariel.
Players 1 and 2. Miranda and Ariel are two of the larger moons of Uranus.
Uranus. That's right.
No
That's my son's favorite planet
Yep.
is Uranus. And I laugh every time, and Char's not a fan.
I'm gonna say fuck you and I love my Neff.
This one's known as Ay Caramba, I'm a cold-blooded killer. St. Bart Simpson decides to start going around attacking authority figures with his slingshot. If it turns out like the story of David and Goliath, what might happen? Principal Skinner will die after getting shot in the forehead. Chief Wiggum will die after getting shot in the gut. Mayor Quimby will die after getting shot in the heart. Or Homer Simpson will run away after getting shot in the groin.
Oh, see, I logged out that time.
I did too. Let me just throw it out there.
No, you got shot in the forehead. Come on, man.
Who is that?
David and Goliath.
After slinging a stone into the middle of the giant's forehead. So that's how Principal Skinner
What?
untimely demise as well.
Is that what they were asking?
Yes! How did David and Goliath end? The giant got hit in the head with the forehead. Or hit in the forehead.
Fuck you, Catholics.
Up next, I'm gonna need 2 oceans of calamine lotion stat. If the 80s hairband Poison were like poison ivy, what part of them would give people a rash? The fumes from their hairspray, the oil in their makeup, the silk on their rocking clothes, or the ink in their...
Look, what is this about?
Did your shit close out?
Player 1, not much time left. Player 2? No, those just cause people to pass out.
No, it's the oils in poison
Player
ivy.
1, coming in contact
Damn.
with the oil on a poison ivy plant is what causes the skin to break out in a rash. So if the band Poison were similar, it would probably be best not to touch their oily makeup. In fact, it's probably
This
best
is a
not to
very
touch
white.
the
This is a
Oh,
very
hey man, we
white
said
super
trivia game. That you said you were gonna kick ass at trivia.
racist that I usually do, but not this white shit.
Always with the excuses.
yourself for the attack. Okay, if that's how you want it. Here's the clue. Climb time. What did these guys climb after lunch?
Jack the Giant Slayer.
Oh, is that what? Okay, now I get it.
Oh. It was the Chrysler Building. We missed this one. Oh, it was the Empire State Building.
Man, stop. Diddles. I don't even know. This is white. That
Tom
white
Cruise and
kid.
you're not
This is
wrong. Yeah, I missed that one. Water spout.
What?
Water
Are you fucking
spout.
serious? Is my shit even work? Let me. Okay.
It definitely works. Tangled Flint.
Are you fucking
Puzzles
serious?
Tower, bitch.
My shit doesn't work.
I don't know who Sir Edmund Hillary is.
Yeah, mine didn't work.
It does work. You're pushing the button right now.
No, but I've hit it at least 24 times.
You're an Wrigley Field Ivy. I almost answered enough questions wrong for you to win there.
No, you didn't. I don't even think my shit worked.
Well, all right. So what we've learned is you and I both need devices that are plugged in.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Like, I think if we were both plugged into power sources, we'd be
Right.
okay.
Right.
Because
that
my
makes sense.
problem is that mine is in, like, power save mode. But I thought you said your battery was good.
I'm still on 89, but that doesn't mean it's not closing it on me every time.
So maybe what you have to do is change. Maybe that's something we can look at. Is you have to change your settings to not shut your phone off, or not turn off the screen. But I think this is a good game.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
The Rita tried to join. She got a game in progress already. A message. But what we can do is we can play other games next time. And we don't have to play the trivia games that are so dependent on how quick you answer. We could do... There's other games that we could get into.
Yeah, no, none of that.
So, there's the... I don't know. We could... You and I can talk about this offline, and we can talk about kind of what things go on. But, I mean, outside of that, like... I think this is good. This won't be a good end to the podcast because I feel like we didn't talk enough through the game itself. But for the live stream version, I think that was fun. I think we can get things going there. Like we need to obviously get you and I
Fuck
on the
that
same
game in the
devices.
live stream version.
I mean, if that's how you really feel, we don't have to do it. I think it would be fun to try that one more time, but you and I both have to go out hard to see if we can get an audience to join us for the games.
Well, I could get people to join us for the games, but is the game gonna work right?
Well, and maybe that's where the this particular game, the You Don't Know Jack Trivia, isn't the right game. Maybe we do something like there's like the Lie Swatter, which is...
What's that?
It gives you a trivia question, and then everybody puts an answer in, and whatever the worst answer is, or whatever answer gets selected the most wins. It's kind of like the whole Cards Against Humanity theory. Well, let's take a look at the different things that we can do on this.
Anything I was putting in.
That sounds like an issue with your phone, though, not with the game. But we can figure it out. We'll take a look at it. We'll see what works. We'll probably try one more version of this before we try to go live, and then we'll see what happens. What else you got? You got anything else for tonight before we wrap up?
No.
No?
No, what the fuck I got? I'm in the same boat as y'all. The fuck? Wondering what's gonna happen with this bullshit ass virus.
Right. You're not wrong.
Wondering if I'm still fucking employed. I don't give a fuck.
Well, and I will say once again that I support you in the decision you made in terms of telling your employer, look, I'm not coming in until you figure this shit out. So, good on you on
I appreciate that.
I mean, for real, like, I would support anybody in my company that said the same fucking thing. So,
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't care if you don't support me. Just make sure you don't run into me after you let me go in the midst of all this madness.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
All right, sir. Well, it's been a fun one. We will let's
Hopefully we get the game right.
we'll figure it out. I mean, this was the first time we tried it, so we'll see what happens. We'll figure it out. But anybody else, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Go ahead and give us a like on either YouTube
Give
or
us a dislike.
No, Cliff, you're killing me, dude.
Give us a whole gang of them.
Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. If you're listening to us on the podcast, if you could give us a review on
If
the
you give us a
podcast, that would
dislike,
be a huge.
We're going to be
Actually-
looking for you.
Actually, if you give us a review on the podcast and you live in the Columbus area, we will have you on the show. How about that?
He's lying.
I am not lying. Cliff might be, but
He's lying.
no, for real. Other than that, Cliff, you got anything to close us out? You usually do your love everybody.
Not this week. Fuck everybody up. Anybody that coughs, sneeze, chokes, fuck them up. I'm just playing. Love everybody. You know I would say that.
Love everybody.
You know.
Love each other. Love everyone. We love y'all.
And if they cough or choke or sneeze, leave them alone. At least until you get their results back.
And that's the two fools. We appreciate all y'all. Have a good one.
Look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust human race back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you.